Hello beautiful people, how are you today? I hope you are doing well. So today we are, we're looking interesting. I'm feeling very boho turquoise. Like I've got some good, just like vibes going on with my turquoise. I've got necklace, earrings, and this necklace on, and I just am wanting to translate that to the eyes today. And I was kind of thinking about this last night because I was watching Smokey Glow's Hannah from Smokey Glow, her Truth About Jaclyn Hill or Evolution of Jaclyn Hill video. And there was a snippet of Jaclyn when she did this deep chocolate look with just a turquoise corner eye, and I felt so inspired. And I was like, that's different than my mauves and rosy pinks and rose golds and whatever that I always do. So I wanted to incorporate that. And as I came in here this morning into my beauty area, to my vanity, I was looking through my palettes to see what actually, what could I do? And I had a few ideas, but then I pulled out this palette, the OG Jaclyn Hill palette, which how appropriate because it was her that inspired the look. Specifically because there is this, like this turquoise moment over here. And this is like the only true turquoise in my collection that I really had envisioned. So we're going to use this today, create a deep chocolate eye with a pop of turquoise. So we're going to just go ahead and dive into this. It's why you guys are zoomed in a little close today because we're just gonna do eyes today, just a little eyeshadow tutorial. So like I said, this is the original Jaclyn Hill palette. Clearly mine is used. I'm ashamed to admit that this is kind of old. It was the first launch before they came out with like the back of like every eyeshadow named. So when I got it, I actually took my label maker and, well, maybe I should hold it the right way, but I took my label maker and named every single shade on here. So that way I would know exactly what I was using, because the little slip that came in, I didn't I guess I could have taped it up here or whatever, but I did this instead. So that was dedication. So anyway, so we're just gonna dive in, okay? Obviously my face is already done because like I said, we're just gonna focus on the eyes today, but I did go ahead and prime my eyelids with this Essence I Love Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. I love this stuff when I just need a quick slap on something quick. It is pretty brightening. It just creates a nice canvas for everything to go over. It's very smooth and blendable, so it's nice to put shadow on top of. What I do after my base is I set it with typically like a face powder or a cream shadow like this, and this is the Wet n Wild Brulee shadow. Love this stuff so much. It's so good for just kind of everything. I use it to set my eyeshadow base. Obviously some people like to use this on the under eye actually, but I pulled this out because this palette did not have an actual setting color. The two light shades right here are shimmer, and I don't prefer to set my whole eye with shimmer. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get into this. So as I've already done that as my first step, I am just gonna dip with this big fluffy brush into the shade Silk Cream, and we're just gonna blend this onto the whole lid here. But yeah, just fluffing this all over the lid here. And I'm gonna go to MFEO right next to that Silk Cream shade. And just again, blend out onto the lid, the whole space there. It just creates a nice, fluffy, blended look. Now I'm gonna take another just blending brush. Which am I gonna take? This is just a more tapered blending brush, and I am gonna go into the shade Pooter, which is just this beautiful like taupe, I guess you could say. I don't know. It pulls more cool tone than it does warm, but I like to blend it in. The crease here just adds a little bit extra dimension, as you can see. Maybe not. I don't know. I can see. I think the camera, the lights are washing it out just a little bit. And I'm gonna go back into this big brush and actually go back in with the powder, and just because I want it just a little bit more fluffed everywhere. Yeah, that's more what I like. Kind of concentrating this right into that crease and not so much all over the lid like we did before, but this helps just diffuse that shade a little bit more than that first brush that I chose, which is more of the look I'm going for. I'm going for more of like a blown out, like diffused, smoky look. Sometimes I love building up my mattes because honestly, I feel like I could stop here, just throw on like a good liner and boom, you're done. Like just, it's so, I just love it. There's something about it. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this packing brush and now, well, let me just show you guys. So I started with Silk, Cream, and MFEO right here. And then I went into powder and started blending that out. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Buns here with this packing brush, and we're just gonna place it right into this crease area and just start building it up slowly. Where did I go? Buns. Right here. Okay. So see, I'm just placing this like in the outer V area and now taking it into the crease. Just kind of slowly building up the shade. I mean, you can get pretty, like, you can get pigment on the shade first time depending on how much you dip your brush into the pan. But I like to build up because I'm sure you have heard less is more, number one, and it's always to build up than to take away. So that's my reasoning there. Oh, that's good. So now I'm gonna go back into this tapered brush that we were blending with originally, and now I'm gonna go into the shade Chip. Oh, I just hit myself in the nose. I'm gonna go into the shade Chip and Mocha right here, and we're just gonna kind of blend these two together, and we're gonna take this more and stipple it right into that crease just to add a little bit more definition. Okay, so just gonna start by taking this here. And you see how that automatically just gives a little bit more depth and dimension to the look than just if we had stayed up here and just added more depth into the outer V. I think whenever you layer it just a little bit more into the crease, just a little bit each time, you're just going a little bit shade darker, a little shade darker. I think it just gives this absolute blown out, diffused, blended look, and it just looks, I don't know, it just is mesmerizing. Over here, kind of just placing it in that center and now just blending it out. Just using windshield wiper motions. And I think sometimes, you know, depending on how you hold your brush is how harsh or soft a look can be. So I feel like if you're holding your brush, you know, way up here, obviously it's gonna be a little bit harsher, like you're pushing right into your eye. And also, you know, you don't want to damage your eyes, your eyelids. But I feel like if you hold like loosely at the base and just kind of let it manipulate itself almost, I think that really helps give the diffused, blended look. For sure. Okay, now I'm gonna take more of a tapered blending brush and I'm gonna go back into Chip and dip a little bit into the central Perk shade. And I'm just gonna kind of focus this right into the crease. Yeah. Okay, you see how that just a little bit more added a little bit more dimension and depth to the look. And going right into that middle and just blending it out from the inner corner to the outer corner with windshield wiper motions. Just blending until your hand wants to fall off. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into this Central Perk and Soda Pop here into this like packing brush. And we are going to focus this right on the inner corner, blending it just into the crease a little bit, but this is really just our depth out here. And you're gonna just take that brush and just slightly go on the under lash line. Just like that. Something about it that's just glamorous. It's been a long time since I've done just like a brown smoky look like this, so I think that's why I wanted to do it. I used to wear chocolate brown eyeshadow in my crease just every day, and then gold shimmer. Didn't matter what palette I used. I only bought palettes if they had a chocolate brown shade and a gold. And that's all I would wear in high school. And then eventually I downgraded, I guess you could say, and I would just do a one eyeshadow look, and I would literally wear the mauve shade in the Lorac Pro palette. Like I would just swipe that all over the lid and boom, that was it. It just was purple eyeshadow, that's all I wore. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Buns and Mocha, and we're gonna take this fluffy brush here and just fluff this on the under eye, blending out just a little bit, diffusing that lower lash line. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go into the shade Meeks here, which is like just this chocolate gold brown shimmer shade. It's this one here, not to flip you off, but it's this one here. I think I'm just gonna take that on the lid here and just kind of blend it out with the brushes that we have been using. Oh yeah, that's nice. I feel like that blends in real nice. I don't even think I need to blend anything away with the brush. I'm just gonna leave it just like that. Sometimes I prefer to apply shimmer shades with my finger because I think it just adds a little bit more concentration to it, but I feel like you're able to get a good like blend with it, so that way you're not having to go back in with everything and work everything up entirely. Sometimes that's hard. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, and I like to just do this kind of at the end of every look, is I will go in with the most lightest shade that I've used. However, this palette does not have the lightest shade that I used today. It was this brulee shade. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that onto this fluffy brush, and now I'm just gonna go right onto the edge of the shadows and just kind of blend out on top of it. And this is really what's gonna give you that blended, diffused look. And I feel like if you don't have time to sit there and just blend and blend and blend and blend, like look at how softer this looks compared to this eye now. Like this one looks a little bit more harsh, but sometimes you don't have time to sit there and blend and blend and blend and blend. So I feel like this is a good kind of cheat way to get that blown out effect. Okay, so I have this eyeliner from LA Girl. It is their Neon Shockwave eyeliner. This is in the shade Fresh. Yeah, fresh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of take this in the inner corner here. And this is just gonna kind of give us a base for the turquoise shadow. And I'm gonna take, what brush am I gonna use? Just this packing brush here, and just kind of put this into place here. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into the shade, I think, what is this? Pool Party? Yeah, Pool Party right here. It's this shimmer turquoise here, and just gonna dip into that. And you know what? I actually grabbed not the right brush that I want to use for that. I'm gonna grab more of a packing shadow brush and go into the Pool Party. And now we're just gonna pack this right into the inner corner. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is go back into this more tapered blending brush and just kind of come into the inner corner a little bit to meet that shadow in the blue, so that way it's just a little bit blended and not so, I mean, obviously it's harsh. I have turquoise in the center of my eye. And then I'm gonna go back into that Meek shade on my finger here and kind of go from the inner corner and blend out just a little bit, so that way the shades are kind of marrying each other. They're meshing well together instead of just being like, you know, blue gold. So now I'm gonna go back in with that eyeliner that we used, and we're just gonna tie this in on the lower lash line here to kind of make it look like it is purposeful. See how it just now marries into the look? Okay, now I am going to do winged eyeliner on the top here. I can do this right. This is the Wet n Wild, like waterproof, breakup proof liquid eyeliner. This is honestly the best liquid eyeliner like ever. And we are just going to line right here. And we're gonna do the same thing to this side. So this is the finished look. I just threw on some lashes real quick that I had laying around. I couldn't tell you what they are because I don't know where I got them. I decided to throw on just a nude lip today because I really want to keep the focus on the eyes, obviously. This is the Maybelline Super Matte Stay Ink or Super Stay Matte Ink liquid lipstick in the shade Poet. It's really just good peachy nude. I really am loving the way this turned out. I just think it looks so, I don't know, just so fun. I don't know what word I was going to say, but I just think it's fun. So thank you guys for tuning in to today's turquoise inspired look. And if you like this video and are looking forward to seeing more of my content, then give this video a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell notification to get notified every time I upload a new video. I just hope that you guys keep being the wonderful people that you are, and just I ask that you share the love, spread the peace, and be kind this week, okay? Have a wonderful week, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.